Good evening. I'm going to call this regular meeting of the Board of Directors of Oxford Preparatory Academy to order at 6:10 p.m. This June 26, 2018. Originally had an open session starting at 6 with closed at 6:10. Meeting location is Oxford Preparatory Academy, South Orange County Campus, 23000 Via Santa Maria, Mission Viejo, California, and teleconference location, Oxford Preparatory Academy, Saddleback Valley Campus, 22882 Lumont Drive, Lake Forest, California, 92630. The public, including public attending the teleconference location, are invited to address the board regarding items listed on the agenda. Comments on an agenda item will be accepted during consideration of that item or prior to consideration of the item in the case of a closed session item. Please turn in comment cards to the board secretary prior to the item you wish to speak on. Preliminary items, let's call to order. Raymond Jackson, Vice Chair.
Present.
Priscilla Trichet, Secretary.
Present.
Joshua Teeple, Treasurer. Absent. Mary Campos, Member.
Present.
And Joseph Haney, Chairman. Present. Move on to the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise and face the flag. Hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 3, approval of agenda for regular board meeting for June 26, 2018. Do I have a motion to approve?
I make a motion.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? This motion passes unanimously. Public announcement of reason for closed session. A, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, Government Code 54956.9D4. B, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, Government Code 54956.9D2. Two matters. C, public employment, Chancellor and Dean. And D, employee discipline, dismissal, and release. Do we have any comments on the closed section items?
We do. Pam Thompson would like to speak on agenda item 2A and 2B.
Okay, I'm really short. Okay, thank you. I want to say thank you so much for all that you do. I'm going to ask our board to consider showing staff holders a total dollar amount that has been used for litigation versus Sue Roach. Because when I look at our finances, I don't see an amount. And my question is that we are this tiny little organization. Capo Unified is this huge organization. And I know that they have been, I believe, asking to take over that litigation. And I would just like to see the dollar amount that we have spent so far that could have gone to our children, and maybe consider, I might be naive in this, but consider some of the out-of-the-box thinking in that we could give that responsibility to Capo in exchange for a percentage of any money that is recouped. Sue could drag this out for years. And I just want to ask that maybe we could be looking at different options. Thank you.
Thank you. Is that the only comment?
That's it.
Okay, we are going to break to closed session at 6:15 p.m. All right, we return from closed session and open up open session at 10:29 p.m. There is nothing to report out. Moving on to items 3, open session. We talked about A. B, communication, comments from the board of directors. We'll go in order. Mr. Jackson, is there anything you'd like to share?
No comments.
Ms. Campos, is there anything you'd like to share?
No comment.
Ms. Trichet, is there anything you'd like to share?
No comments.
And I have nothing to share as well. Comments from the interim executive director?
I have no comment.
Okay. Item C, comments from the audience on items not on the agenda. Do we have any comment cards?
No comment cards.
Lovely. Moving on to D, items for discussion and or action. Number 1, delegation of board authority to Raymond Jackson and a real estate agent of choice to identify private facilities for use as future school sites. The board will be asked to delegate their authority to board member Raymond Jackson to select and work with a real estate agent to identify future potential school sites for Oxford Preparatory Academy students, presented by Kathleen Doherty.
The board needs to delegate the authority to Raymond to be able to pick a real estate agent and to take a look at potential school sites that would be eligible for us to enter into a lease agreement with. He will not be making the final decision, he'll be bringing it back, but we need to have that, he needs to have that authority to move forward.
Do I have a motion to approve delegation of board authority to Raymond Jackson and a real estate agent of choice to identify private facilities for use as future school sites?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Any discussion?
Do I recuse myself from this? How does that work?
Do you not support yourself in this?
No, I'm very supportive of myself.
Jerry, does Raymond need to recuse himself from this? The
No.
answer is no, you do not need to recuse yourself from this.
None.
Good to know. No discussion? So I have a motion to approve delegation of board authority to Raymond Jackson and a real estate agent of choice to identify private facilities for use as future school sites. I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? This motion passes unanimously. Brings us to item 4, adjournment. Recommend the Board of Directors adjourn the regular board meeting for June 26, 2018. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? This motion passes unanimously. This meeting is adjourned at 10:32 p.m.